Okay, so Hong Kong, you think you know it, right? Dim sum, skyscrapers, maybe Jackie Chan jumping off a building. And yeah, that's all here, it's awesome. But I'm Mahara, and I'm here to show you the Hong Kong, the places that maybe don't make it onto every single postcard, the spots where you can actually hear yourself think. Or maybe just hear the locals yelling about fish prices, which is also an experience. Trust me, we're going beyond the usual tourist traps, or at least looking at them from a slightly different, maybe slightly more confused angle. This isn't your grandma's guided tour unless your grandma is super cool and likes slightly sarcastic commentary. This city, man, it's like a giant, delicious, sometimes overwhelming hot pot of culture. One minute you're in a super fancy mall that probably costs more than my entire apartment building, and the next you're in a tiny alleyway that smells like history and, well, other things. But that's the charm. Welcome to our journey through the hidden gems of Hong Kong. We're diving deep, or at least as deep as my fear of getting lost will allow, which, spoiler alert, isn't super deep but will make it look good. Get ready to explore some of the most special places this vibrant city has to offer. And hopefully I don't butcher all the Cantonese pronunciations. No promises on that front. My apologies in advance to everyone. So buckle up, or, just get comfy on your couch, maybe grab a snack. You'll probably get hungry watching this. We're about to explore ancient temples, hike up mountains that might actually make me question my life choices. Just kidding, mostly. And eat things that I might not be able to identify, but will probably be delicious because, hey, it's Hong Kong. This isn't just a travel vlog. It's an adventure, my adventure, that you get to conveniently watch from a safe distance. Lucky you. Let's go find these so-called hidden gems and see if they're actually hidden, or if everyone else just has a better map than I do. It's probably the map thing. All right, first up, Victoria Peak. Now you're probably thinking, Mahara, hidden gem, everyone and their dog knows the peak. And yeah, okay, you got me there. It's not exactly a secret whispered only in ancient scrolls found in a dusty attic. It's like the Hollywood sign of Hong Kong or the Eiffel Tower. Everyone wants that iconic picture that I was here moment. But here's the thing, sometimes the classics are classic for a reason, and finding your little spot away from the symphony of selfie sticks and loud tour groups, that's the hidden part. The tram ride up, an experience in itself feels like you're defying gravity, or at least defying my usual preference for completely flat surfaces. It creaks, it groans, it's usually packed like a can of sardines, but then you see the view start to open up, and you kind of forget you can't feel your legs. And bam, the city just explodes in front of you. It's like someone took a giant bag of city and just dumped it out. Skyscrapers looking like tiny Lego bricks from your childhood, the harbour all glittery and bustling, boats looking like little water bugs zipping around. It's one of those views that makes you feel small, but in a good way, like, wow, humans built all this complicated stuff, and I can barely assemble IKEA furniture without having a minor meltdown. During the day, it's a concrete jungle crashing spectacularly into green mountains and blue water. At night, forget about it. It's like a million diamonds just got spilled all over black velvet, or like the city is trying to outshine the actual stars. So yeah, maybe not in the traditional sense, but definitely a gem. You just got to find your angle, maybe squint a bit to blur out the other 1,000 tourists. My pro tip, if you can call it that, try one of the less crowded trails around the summit, not just the main Sky Terrace 428 viewing platform where everyone is fighting for elbow room like it's the last piece of pizza. There are these little paths like the Lugard Road Lookout or the Governor's Walk where you can actually breathe and take it all in without someone's backpack inadvertently smacking you in the face. It's quieter, you get different perspectives, and you can pretend you're a contemplative philosopher gazing upon your domain, pondering the mysteries of life. Or, just take a slightly less chaotic selfie. Either way, the peak still earns its spot, even if it's the most famous hidden gem on this list. It's the gateway drug to Hong Kong's beauty. It gets you hooked for more. Okay, from the crazy heights and organized chaos of Victoria Peak, we're coming back down to earth and stepping way, way back in time to Manmo Temple. This place is old, like old, built in the 1840s. That's like before Wi-Fi, before Netflix, before a lot of things I now consider essential for survival. It's dedicated to Man Chong, the god of literature, hello fellow nerds, and Mo Tai, the god of war, for when you need to fight for that last dumpling, I guess. So basically, the gods of brains and brawn all conveniently located in one atmospheric building. You can practically feel the history seeping out of the walls, or maybe that's just the decades upon decades of incense smoke. It's right in the middle of Xiongwan, one of the oldest, coolest neighborhoods, so even just getting there feels like a mini adventure through narrow streets and antique shops. The moment you step inside, it's like someone hit the mute button on the city. All that Hong Kong hustle and bustle, the car horns, the chatter, gone, poof, replaced by this profound calm. It's dark, it's a bit smoky from all the giant incense coils hanging from the ceiling. Those things are huge, seriously, they look like giant fragrant cinnamon rolls of good fortune slowly unfurling their prayers. They burn for weeks, apparently. Imagine the commitment. I can barely commit to a TV series for one season. The light filters in through the roof in these hazy, ethereal beams, making everything look super mystical and important, like you've walked onto the set of an ancient martial arts movie. It's the kind of quiet that makes you want to whisper, even if no one is actively shushing you. You see people praying with such devotion, making offerings, or just sitting quietly, lost in thought. It's a working temple, not just a dusty tourist attraction, which I think is pretty cool and adds to the authenticity. You're not just looking at history, you're kind of observing traditions that have been going on for ages. The details are amazing too. The intricate wood carvings depicting ancient legends. The colourful ceramic figurines on the roof ridges telling their own stories. The little altars tucked into corners. It's a feast for the eyes if your eyes enjoy ancient, sacred and beautifully crafted stuff. And the smell of sandalwood, it's everywhere, a rich, calming aroma. Way better than that Ocean Breeze air freshener I bought that actually smelled like synthetic disappointment. This place, authentic serenity, a true escape hatch from the modern world. All right, next stop. We're packing our imaginary bags and heading out to Lantau Island, to Taiyo Fishing Village. This place is like a totally different Hong Kong, a different planet almost. Forget the gleaming skyscrapers and fancy malls for a minute. We're talking traditional stilt houses called Pang UK, built right over the tidal flats. The tanker people, sometimes called the boat people, have lived here for generations, making their living from the sea, and it shows in every weathered plank and winding waterway. It's a bit rickety, a bit ramshackle in places, sure, but man, does it have character overflowing from every nook and cranny. You walk around on these wooden boardwalks, sometimes a bit precariously, and you can see right into people's homes sometimes, smell their cooking, hear their daily lives unfolding. It feels like you've stumbled onto a movie set for a historical drama, but it's all wonderfully, authentically real. And the houses on stilts, genius, no worries about downstairs flooding, I guess. Just the occasional rogue wave during a typhoon. And the seafood, oh my God, the seafood. This is where it comes from, literally. You see the fishing boats chugging in and out, unloading their precious wriggling catch. The whole village smells like the ocean. A briny, salty perfume mixed with the pungent aroma of drying fish, which, okay, might not be everyone's favorite potpourri, but it's the smell of authenticity, people. They have these little stalls and shops lining the narrow lanes, selling all kinds of dried seafood treasures. Shrimp paste, famous or infamous for its powerful smell, depending on who you ask. Golden salted fish, leathery squid jerky that looks like it could double as a weapon in a pinch. And the restaurants, often simple, open-air affairs, serve it up super fresh. I had some grilled prawns that were probably doing the backstroke in the South China Sea just hours before. So good, they made me forget I usually only eat fish if it's heavily disguised in batter and served with a mountain of chips. It's a slower pace of life out here, a world away from Central's frenzy. You see old folks gathered around tables, engrossed in intense games of mahjong, kids chasing each other along the boardwalks, cats lounging in sunny spots like they own the place. They probably do, let's be honest. You can even take a little boat trip out into the estuary to try and spot the elusive Chinese white dolphins, which are actually pink. Who knew dolphins could be pink? It's like nature's mood ring. Tai-O is a precious reminder that Hong Kong isn't just a concrete jungle. It's got these incredible pockets of tradition, of a different way of living, clinging on with charm and resilience. It's a bit smelly, a bit chaotic, but totally, utterly charming. Definitely worth the journey if you want to see a side of Hong Kong that's slowly but surely paddling into the sunset. Okay, after all that delicious, probably very calorific seafood in Tai-O, I guess it's time to burn some of it off. Or at least pretend to. So we're tackling the Dragon's Back Trail. Now, I'm not exactly what you'd call an avid hiker. My idea of a strenuous walk is usually from the couch to the fridge during a commercial break and back again. But everyone, and I mean everyone, your cousin, your barista, that random person on the MTR says you gotta do Dragon's Back. It's been called the best urban hike in Asia by fancy travel magazines, which is a pretty big claim, setting expectations sky high. It's super accessible by public transport, which is good for directionally challenged and motivationally challenged people like me. And apparently the views are worth the inevitable leg cramps, the profuse sweating, and the existential dread about how truly out of shape I am. So, sneakers on, the ones that haven't seen daylight in months, water bottle filled, mostly. Let's do this, maybe. Send snacks. And you know what? They weren't lying about the views. Those fancy magazines and enthusiastic locals, spot on. Once you get up there, after huffing and puffing like an old steam train and wondering why you willingly subject yourself to these physical exertions, it's incredible. The trail snakes along this undulating ridge, and on one side you've got these absolutely stunning, jaw-dropping views of Sheko Beach, all golden sand and sparkling turquoise water, looking like something out of a dream. On the other side, more rolling green hills and little picturesque islands dotting the vast expanse of the South China Sea. It actually looks like the spine of a sleeping dragon, hence the name, I guess. Or maybe it's because you feel like you've conquered a mythical beast by the time you reach the good parts. It's windy, it's open, and you feel like you're on top of the world, or at least on top of this particularly beautiful part of Hong Kong. The hike itself isn't too brutal, even for a novice complainer and professional sitter like myself. There are ups and downs, sure, and some parts where you're like, are we there yet? Is this the actual peak or a false summit designed to crush my spirit? About 100 times, but it's mostly manageable and the payoff is constant. Every turn seems to reveal another postcard-worthy vista, making you stop and just stare and catch your breath, obviously. You see paragliders soaring nearby, which is both incredibly cool and mildly terrifying to watch. And the best part, it conveniently ends near Big Wave Bay or Sheko, so you can reward your heroic efforts with a refreshing swim, a cold drink, or just collapse dramatically on the sand and contemplate your life choices. Dragon's Back, it'll test your thighs and your willpower, but it'll feed your soul. Or at least your Instagram feed. Highly recommend, even if you cry a little on the way up. No judgment. All right, last but definitely not least on our whirlwind tour, we're taking a ride on the legendary, the iconic, the one and only Star Ferry. This isn't just a boat, people, this is an institution. A Hong Kong legend. It's been chugging its way faithfully across Victoria Harbour since 1888. Think about that for a second. That's older than my grandpa's jokes, and trust me, those are ancient and have been told many, many times. For just a few Hong Kong dollars, seriously, it's cheaper than a fancy coffee. You get one of the most iconic, most photographed, most breathtaking views in the entire world. It connects Hong Kong Island with Kowloon, and it's how people have been commuting, sightseeing, and probably having quiet existential crises for, like, ever. The boats themselves are these cool, old-school green and white double-deckers full of character and history. They're not fancy, they're not fast, but they are pure, unadulterated Hong Kong charm personified. It's like a moving historical monument you can actually ride. This humble ferry has seen it all. Colonial times, wars, economic booms and busts, the handover, the whole shebang of Hong Kong's dramatic history. It's more than just a mode of transport. It's a vital thread woven intricately through the city's vibrant tapestry. National Geographic even named it one of the 50 places of a lifetime. That's a pretty big deal for a humble little ferry that just goes back and forth, right? It's a symbol of Hong Kong's resilience, its deep connection to the water that surrounds it, its constant energetic motion. You can almost feel that history when you're on board, the gentle rumble of the old diesel engine beneath your feet, the smell of the salty air mixed with a faint nostalgic whiff of diesel. It's all part of the uniquely atmospheric experience. It's a working piece of history that hasn't been turned into a stuffy museum exhibit. It's still doing its important job every single day, carrying thousands of passengers. My favorite time to ride is at sunset, or even better, during the nightly Symphony of Light show. The already spectacular skyline just lights up like a Christmas tree on steroids, and you're right there in the middle of it all, gently bobbing on the water, feeling the cool breeze. It's ridiculously romantic, even if you're by yourself, like me, awkwardly trying to take non-blurry photos while also not falling over. For the price of a gumball, you get this million-dollar view. It's the best deal in town, no question, hands down. It's a short ride, maybe 10 minutes from pier to pier, but it packs in so much atmosphere and so many incredible sights. Whether you're a first-time tourist or a lifelong local, the Star Ferry is just one of those quintessential Hong Kong things you have to do. It's simple, it's cheap, and it's utterly, wonderfully unforgettable. A true gem hiding in plain sight, chugging along like a champ. So there you have it. A whirlwind tour of some of Hong Kong's coolest spots, some more genuinely hidden than others, I'll admit. Victoria Peak, I'm looking at you, you popular thing. From sweating my way up Dragon's Back, seriously, I think I left a lung up there, or at least my dignity, to finding a surprisingly potent moment of zen amidst the swirling incense of Man Mo Temple. It's been quite the trip. Hong Kong is so much more than just a busy financial hub with a lot of people. It's got layers like a really good mille-feuille cake, but with significantly more humidity and the constant faint smell of something delicious cooking. Thanks for joining us on this adventure through Hong Kong's hidden gems. I hope you got a little taste of what makes this place so uniquely special. Beyond the usual tourist brochures and stock photos, there's still so much more to see, obviously. I barely scratched the surface, barely even licked the spoon. I didn't even get to talk about the food enough, which is a crime against humanity, honestly, and something I deeply regret. But that's the beauty of Hong Kong, right? There's always another winding alley to explore, another bizarre but probably amazing snack to try, another mountain to reluctantly climb because someone told you the view was nice. It's a city that keeps on giving, even if what it's giving you is sore feet and a bewildered expression. So go out there, explore your own city, or better yet, come visit this one. Just maybe bring a better map than I had for some of these hidden spots. And definitely bring an empty stomach and an adventurous spirit. Anyway, I am Mahara, and this has been my slightly chaotic, hopefully somewhat entertaining journey through the nooks and crannies of Hong Kong. If you like watching me almost pass out on a hike, or awkwardly try to understand ancient traditions while simultaneously craving noodles, then you're in luck, because there's probably more of that to come. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing travel content. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Hong Kong spot is, hidden or not so